Are we doing it? I don't know. Yeah. Hold on, go back. Was anyone on? Oh, hey, Mud Pie. Hey, oh, God. You guys, I am like sweating like a pig. Oh my goodness. Hey. Oh Mike. Oh Lord have mercy. Whew. Yeah. Before it started. Okay. Hey Lisa. So just bear with us. Never done this before. Hey Emily. It's our son's girlfriend. We'll just give it a few minutes and see who all joins us. Oh, I'm so thankful we have friends.
Hey, Tommy and Patty are there.
Yeah. That can be rough 22nd. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh.
Doing this for years? Not really. Mike Pratt helped us out. He helped us get our stream set up. We did a lot of testing beforehand.
Yeah. I just went and hid in the other room. Tried to put on some perfume. You guys can't even smell me, but I felt like I stunk. Oh gosh. Hi, Cameron. Well, we just have been building up the courage probably and the motivation, I guess, to start a YouTube channel. And we had a lot going on this last year, just getting our homestead up and running, and we make sure that we had actually time, I guess, to make videos. But we wanted to just properly launch the channel and get some of our friends on here to encourage us. And oh, Faith recognized us. Oh, that's cute. Probably you, not me.
Yeah, that was me.
And anyway, just introduce ourselves. Let you guys know. Hey, Lambda. Let you guys know what we're doing and a little bit of backstory, I guess, so you would know what to expect and
yeah,
a little bit. So I'm Rachel.
Yeah, and I'm Todd.
And we're known as that 1870's Homestead on Instagram. That's where we've built just a tremendous community. Lots of you don't realize how fast you're actually going to make true friends that you've never met. And we've definitely done that. The network is great. You really get to bounce ideas off of each other. And I'm going to just talk because I'm nervous.
It's okay.
I know one of the things I just want to say in case I forget, and that is this is part-time for us. We both work full-time for the local utility company. We are in Michigan, if you don't know where we are, southeast Michigan, about 30 minutes south of Detroit. But for probably starting in somewhere in 2015, really, we started following the YouTube Homestead community in part. And really just we had started getting an awareness about where our food was actually coming from. And it was unfortunate, I should say, because at that time we still only had 2 children left at home, and we have 5 children together.
Hey, Texas boys.
Oh, yay. Hey, Texas boys. So we had 5 children, and there were 2 left in the home at that time. And once, all these aha moments started happening, you wish that you had known this when you were raising your children. At least we did. But it didn't stop our desire to want to take hold of some responsibility of a lot of things. And it even started from kind of realizing how much is going out of the door and out of the home, and that you had no real ownership of. So, everything from, we were watching a lot of folks that were off grid and kind of wondering, what is that life that we really want? And we kind of got the best of both worlds, because ultimately in 2016, we decided that yes, 2017, we are going to really just dive in and homestead as best as we could. We had been doing it for a while, and the year before at our suburban home with just gardening what we could in the backyard, but that's about all we could do. We couldn't raise any livestock, and we literally had just, your 50 by 50 backyard or something like that. It was small.
So here's an example. This is where we came from. This is our house where we lived before.
Yep.
See the neighbor's house. You could just about reach out our window and touch the neighbor's house. So it was little subdivision in a small little town is where we lived before, and we decided we needed more land. We needed to move. We needed to grow more food.
Hey, Guildbrook Farm.
Hi.
So we agreed that, had a good heart-to-heart discussion at the end of 2016 that starting in 2017, we would seriously start looking. And I'll tell you that I had been looking for probably 6 months prior to that, but he wasn't quite ready yet. And you hear this time and time again in people getting on homesteading forums, and how can I get my partner on board and such and such. And he's just a serious planner, and I am action oriented. Once I make up my mind, I want to do something. So by the end of 2016, we were both on the same page. And in January 2017, the property that we're in came on the market. And that's another thing. It was really not in these boxes that we had built ourselves of what we were looking for. So just advice to anyone that's out there thinking about looking for a place is remove all your preconceived notions about what it is that you're willing to go for, willing to accept, even think that you want. And anyway, January, we came and saw this place and put in an offer. We loved it right away. Yeah, it's going to be hard for us to keep up on comments. Our kids are upstairs moderating for us, just so you know, just in case. But if you have any questions, type all caps for us so it just jumps out for us. And thanks, Brad. We moved in at the end of March.
Yeah, we put in an offer. We
should tell them a little bit about the place, I guess.
Yeah, we negotiated quite a bit. We closed. About a month later, we moved in. At the same time, we listed our old house listed our other house in the city for sale. Mm-hmm. And we've been here ever since. We have so the home that we purchased, reportedly built in 1876.
Yes, we did not know that at the time that we named ourselves. We just knew it was 1870's.
Right.
And his dad was is retired and got to go down to the local museum and research, and found out that it was actually 1876 and was the original homestead, the road that we live on. Mm-hmm. Yes. That was pretty cool.
Yep. So we have about right around 7 acres of land. Mm-hmm. I think the original homestead was about 35 acres, but over the years, pieces of land got sold off, and so this is what we ended up with from the original homestead.
Hey, Food Forest. So we moved in at the end of March.
Yeah.
And you know what everyone's thinking at the end of March is gardening, right? I've got to get my garden ready and know what I'm planting and know where. And so we're in this brand new place. And I will tell you, I ignored every rule of permaculture that said to sit. Oh,
Sorry.
thanks. That said to sit and wait and watch your land, understand the rain, the drainage, the winds, how the light moves across the seasons. I was just too anxious, too excited. So I think we did a little painting inside, but that's about it. And we immediately got to work on the land. It had been ignored for the last 10 years. The previous owner left it vacant a couple years, rented it out for several years, and you could just imagine what would happen in that time, especially on an original homestead that has things like raspberries and blackberries and all this stuff that we didn't even know was on the property, but it just overgrows and overgrows. So we got out there and just really started working on trying to assess what we owned, clear some land, so that I could get that garden going. It was, oh yeah, it is too hard to wait. Hey, Orton family, so glad that you're here. But why don't you show them some pictures of, I guess, just the property. So just start with the new house, I guess. So this is the home that we're in. Like I said, just that typical farmhouse. It did come with 3 outbuildings. I guess, do you want to say anything about the house? Other than it needs all new windows. All those windows you see are original, where you see the little wavy and the bubbles. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it's brutal. The windows, I don't know when the windows were put in, but they're, you sit here on my couch and there's a window behind me here and another window over here, and you sit on the couch and you can just feel the cool air blow on you. So that's,
it's just a huge expense that wasn't, unfortunately, in our budget for the first year. So I'm assuming it's Brad, but I'm not sure.
Probably bread.
Bread? Oh, thanks. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Bread. Right now, I think we agree that we'll publish as many videos as we can, so long as we're having fun with it. We don't ever want this to become something that we dread. I'll tell you, I have a goal that the first year we can possibly do 100 videos, so that would average around 2 a week, taking holidays off or vacation time off. But again, we're just going to have fun right now, and probably take you along as we do new adventures on the homesteader projects and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. And like Rachel said earlier, we both work full-time jobs too. So I mean,
what we were actually honestly thinking is we work so hard on this property and this place that YouTube will actually give us a balance, and that it will bring that work-play balance in check, and that hopefully that we find this very fun and very entertaining for us, and it makes us kind of pause or enjoy the work a little differently.
Yeah, for sure. And we like I said, we have a couple videos in the queue that are ready. I think we're going to make our first video available to the public just when we're done with the live stream tonight. So so go watch Freedom Homestead after us, and then come back and watch the videos that we publish. Yeah, our first video, and then maybe tomorrow, maybe we'll publish the second one, or maybe we'll wait a couple days. I don't know, but check back. But those first two videos that we did actually were really fun. It was fun to do. It was fun to put it together, and it was a pretty enjoyable experience.
It was. I can tell you we are not professionals by any means.
No, we're not.
Lord.
But, so we showed you our house. This is what we call the carriage barn. It's one of the original structures from the property. The main part of the barn is a 2-story. The video's in the queue. Yeah.
I felt like there had been, I would hate to just do a live and then not actually give anyone a video to watch.
Yeah.
Todd, I think Mike Pratt's beard wants to be your beard when it grows. No, he feels
No.
like he's challenging Mike.
I think Mike's ahead of me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his might just be fuller than
Yeah.
Mike's.
Mike
But
trimmed his wings down, but I mean, I just took a shower a couple hours ago too, and it gets extra fluffy. So yeah, so this is our carriage barn, corn crib on the side. It's basically a two story shop. Basically, is what we use it for. It's kind of we store a lot of our outdoor gear, our camping equipment, some woodworking tools out there. But it needs some work. We need to do some work on it, but we want to keep it as original as we can. If we do fix things or upgrade things, we want it to stay as period as it can.
yeah,
All the siding on it is all tin. It looks brown, but it's just because it's got years and years of rust on it.
yeah, the foundation's sinking a bit. You can see on the, I don't know what side that is for you guys, but no, that side. So we're thinking about, we actually talked about after we met Barn Geek at the Hootenanny, we need to get Barn Geek out here and tell us what we need to do, because the beams inside this thing are the natural hand-hewn beams. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Hi, Wendy.
And thanks for that tip, Food Forest Permaculture. I'm going to have to make sure I go back and, I guess, Nick, write down that book from Food Forest Permaculture. Oh, yeah. That's my garden shed and my feed shed. But this building didn't have those doors Todd had to build. It was just wide open and it didn't have windows. So we did added the doors and the windows right before winter was coming, so everything would be protected from the weather. Back. I'm going to just show you real quick. I should have showed this earlier when we were talking about our family, but it shows another good picture of the barn. And that's just the window behind Todd. But this is our family. So we've got, like I said, 5 kids. The 4 boys are grown and either in college or moved out of the house. And our daughter Abigail is a junior in high school. And so again, kind of our homesteading journey a little bit was, your world revolves around raising your children. When your parents and they're actively in home, and I'm sure it still continues even as they move out of the house. But you kind of lose sense of who are we just as a couple, and what are we going to do with all this time? We're not running kids back and forth to, after school practices and going to cross country meets or dance competitions and band performances. So we really, just had one of those marriage conversations about, pretty soon it's just you and I, and we got to figure out what we're going to do that we really enjoy together. Because he definitely enjoys things that, I could give or take it. I enjoy things and he could give or take it. But this was something that really just brought us together as a couple. We both were passionate around, although would probably go a little faster than he pauses me appropriately.
You're definitely a move forward.
Yes.
She moves forwards, and I got to spend about a day and a half thinking about it first.
Like 6 months.
Yeah. So that's our shed. And thank you for the compliment on the doors.
Yeah, they turned out so nice.
Turned out good.
I was so happy.
The part of the foundation on the side opposite of where I'm standing was completely destroyed. All the concrete was gone. So before we could even start, we had to fix a lot of that foundation with some rebar, hydraulic cement, and basically built some little forms and kind of reconstructed the part of the missing foundation as best we could.
Yeah, we just really didn't want to. We wanted to keep the original structures as long as we can take care of them. And then show them the coop real quick.
So one of the other items that we had on the property, and we were actually somewhat confused about it when we first looked at the house and actually owned it eventually, was what's this little brick building that we have out back? We heard that some of the previous owners has used it to house a pig, but I was more interested in what was it originally used for. And through some of our research, we found that it was a smokehouse back in the day.
Yeah, it's definitely a later time period than 1870's, because I don't think it would have been brick back then. Do you? I wouldn't think
Yeah,
so.
maybe.
Really? Okay. Well, you can show them.
Maybe. But half of one wall was completely gone. All the bricks were gone.
Hey,
Our
Bumblebee
goal,
Junction.
yeah, hi. One of our goals was to turn it into our coop for our chickens. So we had to kind of take what was there um, and try to add some walls around it to enclose the thing, so it wasn't three-sided anymore. So it actually had four sides.
Yeah, it's well, I'm sure post a video sooner or later that shows the completed project. Actually, it's one of the videos that we have ready to post. I'm just working with the chickens a little bit. Um, but it turned out amazing, and this is not done. He just wanted to show so you could see like inside and what it was that he had to do. Um, I love that my chickens are right here outside of the back door, and our kitchen's right there. So I can just run out in these freezing temperatures and take care of them, and do not have to go out into the back 40.
Yeah, this was definitely a in progress photo from back in the spring before things were done. Our Instagram page has, I'm pretty sure, has some photos of the
Yeah, it
completed
definitely
project.
does. Yeah, it definitely does. So go back. I guess that's probably all that we have from with respect to what we inherit. Oh no, we should show them the pasture so that they know how bad the property was overgrown.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think it's actually we actually have a picture of the pasture itself, but um,
yeah.
yeah,
So probably the front 2.5 to 3 acres of the property on the roadside is grass,
yeah,
and then there's a section of woods, and then the back 3 or 4 acres of the property. Um, Apparently, one of the previous owners at some point used to lease it to the local farmer. Would come
mm-hmm.
in and plant crops in it, and then they stopped doing that eventually. And once the farmer stopped leasing it from the prior owner, they basically just let it grow.
Oh.
So there was basically weeds 4 or 5 feet tall across 3 or 4 acres of our property.
Yeah, they're asking what the kids think of the homestead. It's funny. All the boys, when they were young, they loved airsoft. We couldn't get our boys inside half the time during the summer because they were
Mm-hmm.
playing, doing what just huge explorer boys. And we did lots of awesome vacations with them that going down to North Carolina and Virginia and out to Oregon and taking them hiking and everything. So that's just the kind of kids that we have. But every single one of them said, "Oh yeah, I see. You get this great place after we've all moved out." I said, "Well, now my grandkids will have somewhere awesome to play when want to come see grandma." Share the secret of our amazing skin. I think that there's probably a filter on the computer. Because honestly, I was like, dry skin. This is, yeah, no. But thanks. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So one of the other things, so we were talking about the back portion of our land. Um, the original owners, about 7 years ago, they also decided they wanted to get a horse.
Oh,
So they
yeah,
built a nice paddock
they did.
about middle of the property.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact size.
It's a nice size, though.
It's decent
Mm-hmm.
for a horse, and a little shelter for him, and ran a little solar controller with some tensile wire all the way around it. But that was also grown up probably 4 or 5 feet tall with weeds and trees, and so we had a lot of work to do when we first.
And
In fact,
we had
here's
nothing. We had literally, you saw the house that we lived in. We literally had a push mower. That was it. We didn't have a zero turn mower, no tractor, nothing. So this is that paddock that is on the property, and it goes quite deep from what you can see here, but it kind of actually makes a little L shape. Um, but that is what from here back the entire property looked like. So we actually hired um, a, a guy that has a brush hog
hmm
to come
yeah,
down
Craigslist.
and yeah, just on Craigslist. He lived the next little town over to come and brush hog it for us just so we could get a sense of what. And he took out a lot of small trees for us. We definitely marked off some trees. Like we went and walked through everything and we found some baby maples and baby oaks
hmm
and things that we wanted to keep, and we taped those off.
Yep. So yeah, a lot of our we moved in the spring. Rachel was garden, plant, and me being the thinker, the planner guy, it was like, no, let's figure out what we even have. So um, it was I didn't want to hold back the gardening. So
Hey, he homemade everything.
it was definitely a double time moment. A lot of divide and conquer where she'd run off and keep and do all the planting. I'd go off clearing brush, cutting trees,
Yeah,
ripping out bushes.
yeah,
it was a lot of work this summer.
yeah, trimming trees, things like that. One of the things that we did too is we started our orchard, and that's kind of where this picture is, and this lawn is where the garden went, and then on the other side of this paddock is where we started our food forest. Looking back at it, I'm not creative. After seeing Justin Rhodes' cool tours that he did on some of those, and all their intricate designs and in the circle form, I'm very linear, and so my trees are in rows and my bushes are in rows, and oh well, it is what it is. But
hmm
um, Mike, your beard looks so young in comparison. I think they're actually the same. I mean, as far as age, I think you and Mike are pretty close to the same age.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close to the same
Yeah,
age.
his family just grays very young.
hmm Yes.
Yes, white.
I'm less than 50, so how about
Yeah.
that?
Okay. Hi. So we talked about our garden. I don't want to keep us on too small of a screen the whole time. If that bothers you, I don't know. Let us know. But this is kind of, I don't know when that would have been. Maybe June, early June. Our garden. So just coming from a situation in the suburbs where I had such tremendous success with raised bed gardening. Um, that I wanted to just expand that, but I also did two very, for me, it's big, two long in ground with, we added some soil amendments just to see what would even happen if we could grow. We didn't know the quality of the soil and what we inherited, so we did squash and corn and beans in that first forward bed, and the far bed was following, actually, it was. St. Isidore's farm. And he got it from somewhere, and I'm not quite sure where. Um, but how they use sunflowers to loosen the earth. And we knew that this earth was pretty packed down.
hmm
It's not that it's bad soil, it's just that it hadn't been worked in a long time. So that row was sunflowers, just to, more as an experiment. But we had a decent harvest, tremendous harvest of peas, beans, carrots were probably our biggest producers. Um, Peppers did okay. Tomatoes definitely did not do as well as they had done the previous summer. And I could not get, honestly, I planted 13 cucumber plants. I didn't get a single cucumber. And that's why this year we're going to get bees, because we know pollination was a bad problem for us this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Flip Flop, glad you came.
Yes, and Chad, welcome.
Hey, Chad. Oh, so thank you. That's what's so great about this community is, and I've found like some of my most favorite YouTubers just by reading through comments and watching other people's YouTube videos. I just want to give the warmest gratitude, and I mean this deeply from the sincerest piece of my heart, to the Pratts,
Yes.
because I don't know what we did to deserve such good friends that we had hardly ever met, but I think it was after the Hootenanny. They had given us a shout out on Instagram or maybe their Facebook page. And maybe it was even a live stream. I feel like we wouldn't be where we are today with the friends that we have if it wasn't for Mike and Jenny. I remember we were at the cabin and we probably had 60 friends on Instagram, and we were just watching the new ads and the new ads and the new ads come in. I'm like, what is going on? And come to find out, it was Mike had tagged us in something or gave us a shout out somewhere, and you should be crying tears because you're very powerful. And then again through this week as we're preparing to go live, just helping us out, and it just warms my heart, and I won't start crying. So, but thank you. But that is what all of us are about. It's not a phony group. I haven't met a phony one in the bunch. We truly love and support one another, and so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hey, Hodgepodge. Hey.
And Food Forest, take care.
Oh, thank you so
leaving.
much. Oh, yeah. Thanks for stopping in. Very much appreciated. He is. And that's just something that I've learned from watching Mike Bumblebee is I want to do that. I don't want there to be an opportunity that I do not recognize. And I call them friends. I don't call them followers or subscribers or anything like that. It's just friends. Yeah. Oh, what else do we have to talk about? Do you guys have any questions? I feel like we've just been talking and talking, and I haven't given the opportunity. Have we been live for 49 minutes?
33.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
We can talk about chickens.
Oh, okay. Everybody does chickens. But, it was, so I had two main goals. And I say I because I just force my goals on Todd, and they become his. No, just kidding. We had two main goals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving to the homestead, and it was I wanted eggs, so raising chickens, and I wanted a bigger garden. That was my two main goals. So we got the chickens, the egg layers. And then it was midsummer, and I think we went into Tractor Trailer Supply, and they had the Cornish cross babies, and maybe they were on sale or something. And I'm like, so we've kind of nailed this egg layer thing. I don't see why we couldn't do a few meat chickens and just see how it goes. So I was able to get them. I think I told him I was going to get 6, and I came out with 15.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Of course, I start my questions and immediately start off with like, okay, where are we going to keep them? Mm-hmm. How are we going to keep them alive?
Yeah. We knew that we would want to pasture raise them. We do have a really bad predator problem. We have eagles and hawks that fly over our property regularly. So we knew open aired. What
is bumblebee?
We knew open air free ranging would not have been a good choice for us. So we built what you see there in the background, just a little mobile pull-behind chicken tractor. Um, yeah, minor details. Uh, well, I'll tell you, when we brooded them when they were babies, we just brooded them in the covered coop in the run area that we had the laying hens, and we just have a little outdoor lamp that we would sit on top of their little brooder box. Everyone in the, and at at the time we actually had, I think they're separated in this picture, but we were raising 3 turkeys too. So within a week we probably had the 3 turkeys and the 15 chickens, and we raised them all together in that chicken tractor out on pasture. And I know they say, some people anyway, say that you shouldn't raise turkeys and chickens together because that one or the other can transmit diseases. I think that's from what I understand, is that's in a closed environment. As long as you're moving them daily, and actually by the time that they were probably 4 or 5 weeks old, we were having to move them twice a day. And
they seem to do really well
they did.
Together. I think towards the
end, it was
towards the end of their lifestyle, a couple of the meat chickens started getting pecked a little bit by the turkeys.
Yeah, it was either that. We don't really know for certain. It was either that or the chickens were getting of some mature age, that they were starting to get rough with one another.
Right.
But anyway, we knew that we would be harvesting the chickens first, so we had separated the turkeys from the chickens. Sorry, my job is to challenge new hosts and stay on topic, not laugh. What is he asking? Okay. No, I asked him, I can't remember who it was, in some forum, please come on here and make me laugh, because I don't naturally smile. My face doesn't do that. So it just doesn't. My face naturally goes like this. I don't know why. So
Is there anything else about chickens?
no, I think that I'm just looking at my list.
Yeah, so I think we have 11 in our coop up by the house. Those are our egg birds. And then in our chicken tractor, we had 15 meat birds and 3 turkeys that we raised.
And we just did the whack 'em and dunk 'em and pluck 'em and eviscerate 'em in your backyard method. Yep. It was, I will tell you, it took us, we weren't no chicken ninja master or super fast at it. It took us a good 3 hours, probably 4 hours, to do 15 chickens. Yeah. And our backs were, neither of us have very good backs. Our backs were killing us by the end of it. But we had amazing, let me tell you this tip. If you guys don't know, we heard it somewhere, and then it was confirmed when I listened to Mike and Jenny when TJ was having his chickens judged, that our chickens came out and we butchered them somewhere between 8 and 9 weeks. They were all no less than 6 pounds, 6, 7, close to 8 pounds. Beautiful, beautiful birds. And we raised them with the turkeys, so they were getting a mix of the organic turkey grower and the organic chicken layer. It was just 50-50 mix. I figured it's going to suit everyone. And I remember when we were watching the episode with TJ, and he was getting judged by the gentleman on how to get bigger breast. It was use turkey grower. And I'll tell you, it works. It really does. Yeah, I wish, you know what? I told all my family to come and do the butchering party with us, and no one shows up.
No one.
No one.
Just Abigail, our daughter, showed up towards the end and was like...
Not that I expected the boys necessarily. You know, I think we only had one son home during the summer. But I'm talking mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister, brother. No, they just want the chicken and to be kindly donated when they get it. Which of course, we gave them. Hey, I'm late. Who is it? Hey, Terry.
We give away a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think Terry, I think that was you that I was mentioning. I was wanting somebody to get on here and make me laugh. So I hope that you have a good joke for me. So how much time do we have left?
20.
20 minutes. I want questions. Y'all, I'm introverted naturally, so I'll be exhausted after this.
Did you have anything else on your list you wanted to talk about?
Nope. Other than if there are young people, take advantage to own where your food is coming from now, while you're raising your young children. I swear, I don't regret anything more than when I think back and look at what I fed my children. Lord, my sister won't eat anything that she met walking on her. Oh, isn't that something? I know, just such a shame. What did Flip Flop say? Our kids help, so that's a lot of hands. I know. We used to have butchering parties. I know. Yeah. Oh, Well, I don't want to spill too many beans, about what's coming up because I want you guys to come back and watch the video that we'll post after this. So, Oh, sorry.
No, I was just keeping us in focus.
Okay.
So, what we have plans for more videos?
I have a list.
She has a list.
I have a list for everything. I don't do anything without a list. I have lists and lists and lists. So I have.
So we have our first two videos already and some examples of other things people may see from us this year.
Oh, you want me to say that?
Well, just a few things.
Okay. So we are bringing in some more farm animals to the property. What's your biggest goal for 2018? Pigs! 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 That's my biggest goal.
Pigs, yes.
No, I don't think part-time for me. We're definitely not going to do live shows every week. Oh, God. Unless I get way more comfortable with it. I can't go through that again. That was, a lot to build up to. Wish I could share a pic. Jenny just handed me a cheesecake. Oh gosh, I know. I saw the picture of her cheesecake. That looks so good. That is our biggest goal. Yeah. And then bees. I mentioned that. Bees are coming to the property. I know we know nothing about it. So we are fortunate enough that Todd's mother knows a regional beekeeper that owns a lot of hives across the county. So he's offered to come and help us. So hopefully we'll get to
over 50, I think.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get to videotape some of that.
Yeah, and he's offered to basically said if you guys get the stuff, get what you need, you call me, I'll come. I'll teach you. I'll help you get things set up.
Yeah,
so.
I think he even may be giving us the bees. Like we can buy them from him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they would at least be adapted to our area. Awesome. Fantastic. He's never done the kill but knows how to break them down. Well, I'll shoot him. I won't, but he will. And I think the thing that in Tommy and Patty, you guys butcher your own chickens. I think the thing that intimidates me, I don't know if the aldermans are still here, but it's the scraping of the skin, getting the hair off.
Yeah.
I think that in having a vessel to dunk them in and do that scalding. We have okay, I'll go watch it, Flip Flop. I've watched several, and I think it's not that I don't understand the process. It's intimidating. That's all. Heavy. I think I would feel a lot better if I could come watch somebody do it first.
Yeah, we've watched a lot of people do it.
Yeah, on YouTube, but not in real life.
Right.
Yeah. Where are you guys at, Flip Flop? I don't remember.
Yeah, and Wendy, yes, this is our first time.
You would have never known this is your first go. Oh Lord!
So thank you for the compliment.
Thank you. Oh, you skinned them? Okay. But you used to scald. So what is the reason for keeping the skin on? Just the hams? That's really all they is it. I guess I'll research it more. Northwest Florida. Well, maybe we need to get away from this cold weather and come down, and we'll watch. Get those two. Oh, I know, right? The hand-hewn farm. Is that who you're talking about part-time? That would be awesome.
Is that the guys with the beards?
Yeah. Actually, we could get Lumna. Is Lumna still on here? Lumna Acres come out. Well, you can host a Michigan farm to table. We've got that barn out there. We'll hook it up for you. Set everything up, and you guys can teach us.
Crispy skin, yes.
But what else to expect? I mean, definitely, as I mentioned, when we moved into this house, we did nothing. And the house doesn't need a lot.
We did nothing to the house.
To the house, yeah. So other than painted a few rooms. So there's a couple house remodels that we'll definitely take you on if you're interested in farmhouse renovations. Windows need to be done. There's insulation that is missing all over the place. Even though the house looks nice, the siding is old, so we would have to do that. Did Lumna come back on? Oh, no, he didn't. You're just saying. Yeah, I agree. Yes. And then gardening and cabin. So we actually own a property over on the west side of the state that we try to get to from time to time. It's off grid completely, like no water, no sewer. Todd's going to pull up a couple pictures and show you. This is over in what's called the Manistee National Forest in Michigan, and this is our getaway. It was one of our retirement plans, and we went ahead and invested in it early. And I think it's 20 by 20?
Yeah, 24 by 24.
24 by 24, 2-bedroom.
Sits on about 10 acres of land that we own inside of about 6,000 acres of federal land. So
right.
We basically have an unlimited amount of land that we can use if we so choose to. But like Rachel was saying, it's completely off grid. We have no power, no running water, no plumbing, no sewer.
Yeah, it's just an outhouse.
No water. We have an outhouse.
We do have electric capabilities via a generator, so we'll haul a generator with us. It runs off propane with a little apartment-sized refrigerator and a propane stove, and it also has a few propane lights that are wired, or would you call that wired? Tubed?
Plumbed, yes.
Plumbed. And it sits on, we don't have pictures of that to show you. This is it. He was just up in December salmon fishing. It sits on the White River of Michigan. And so we have another channel, and it only has a few videos that he manages called Olive Sheep River Retreat, and it's plugged in our channels, recommended channels, and he will take fly fishing videos, things like that. But we love to go hiking. I have to go. Okay, bye, Emily. I hope we can make it. We might have to just sleep in our car because everything was booked. So again, that's our son's girlfriend. They go up to Michigan Tech. That's way up in the UP, and it is. Oh, you did? Oh, nice. Okay, sorry, we're just catching up on comments.
Yeah, while she's reading, so yeah, it's definitely a fisherman's paradise. You basically walk from the cabin down a pretty steep grade. I think it's about 90 or 100 feet vertical drop down to the river, which is a blue ribbon trout stream, salmon, steelhead, all run. Although I've not caught very many. But
no, they're elusive.
That's why they call it fishing, right?
Yeah.
Not catching.
Right.
But it's one of our places where we go to escape.
Yep.
We disconnect. Up until recently, we didn't even have cell phone coverage when we went there.
Yeah.
So you got there, you shut off your cell phone, you just leave it in the car, and you go off in the woods and enjoy.
Which I didn't mind at all. I mean, that was why
Right.
one of the attracting things that bought. Anyway, so
The
you
kids
might,
hated it.
yeah, they did. But you might see us from time to time just post videos about our weekend trips and things like that. Um, that's about it. I hope to be a part of some collaborations. That would be fun.
Yeah.
To get our feet wet in that. I know I reached out to um, Jason over at Cog Hill Farm. He was mentioning wanting to do some of those this year and said, give us a shout out if you want. And just can't be, if it's going to be on cooking, it'll have to be Todd. It won't be me because he's the cook in this house. Unless it's breakfast, I can do breakfast.
Yeah, I cooked for 7, 8 years professionally.
Yeah.
No.
Hi, Noah's Ark.
No formal education, but that's how I made my living for a long time.
Okay, well, I want to just let folks ask any questions. We got like 9 minutes. Yeah, Jason does. His video on its 2017 wrap up was really cute. We watched that today. Liz Zorev has, yeah, I did a goals one. That's the one that we're gonna launch tonight, part time, but I couldn't keep it to 5, so I didn't want to jump in and ruin her collab because I just have way more than 5 goals. Do we have any kids? We do. We have 5 children. We shared this picture earlier with everyone. Our 4 boys are grown and either in college or out of the house, and our daughter is a junior in high school. But that is our family. That was just this Christmas. The one that's, I don't know how you say that. Anyway, one of them's in Hawaii, so he rarely gets to come home. He's in the Navy. So it was like one of those moments where all your kids are in the same house at the same time. Get the picture.
Oh, at Christmas time? When we took this.
Uh-huh.
Definitely.
Oh, we should share with everyone our Instagram page just in case anyone doesn't follow us.
Oh, sure.
Real quick.
I can actually show it and link it.
I think you have to go to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't happen to follow us over on Instagram, I will not by any means slow down on Instagram. That is our forum of choice just because it fits our lifestyle, being that we do work full time and you can do videos and share quick updates. So we're pretty active over there. Scroll past that. Don't stay on that picture. Anyway, so like you see there, Todd and his dad were up at the cabin fishing. So it's very similar. Everything that you see on here is probably kind of stuff that you're going to see in our YouTube channels. Not too different. We do canning, we do preserving, we do a lot of cooking, and we do projects, and we know how to have fun. So
yeah,
and you probably, yep. Yeah, that was us. We got to actually go to Hawaii just back in October to see our son for the first time. That was fun. It is stunning over there. That was my first time ever going. Let's get back to the comments. Okay. So I don't want to keep everyone very long because I know a lot of you will want to be running over to watch Tangi. Do we go to church? Yes. I go to Monroe Missionary Baptist, Southern Baptist Church. Biggest lesson or something that surprised you guys this year? I think what surprised us is how much we were actually able to get accomplished. When we looked back, because we do make lists, so we had a list of what we wanted to accomplish. We got so much more done that it was like years down on my list, like so not a priority, yet we were able to get them done. Mm-hmm. Biggest lesson is that I will never raise ducks again for meat. I did not enjoy them. I think that I like watching them, but I do not appreciate how messy they are. You cannot keep a place clean with ducks.
Yeah,
Um,
they're fun. I really like to watch them.
right.
I love to watch them play. I love to squirt them with a hose, get out
Yeah.
the pool, fill up the pool, and let
Yeah.
them.
But you can't keep them clean or an area clean that they happen to live in. And it wasn't that I wanted, I didn't even want meat ducks. That was never on my radar. I bought the ducks because I love duck eggs. Um, but oh, that was probably one of my favorites. Yeah. They, um,
They were all boy
they
ducks.
happen to be boys. Yeah. Thanks for finishing. I lost my thought. Yeah, okay. I know where Kirby is. Okay. I get it. Yeah. I think ducks are, you've just got to love them. You know what I actually loved? I found it was almost hard for me to butcher the turkeys. They are the sweetest things
Hmm.
in the world to raise. Um, and just, you kind of just end up loving them to pieces. Did we miss any questions of your Instagram? Thanks, Prats, again. Thank you so much. And I just want to thank all of you for joining. This has just been the easiest thing that I got so worked up over.
Yeah, you were
Um,
stressing.
yeah. Well, I wasn't stressing, I was panicking.
But
Uh,
it went well.
it did.
Went really
Well,
well.
it was because our friends made it so easy.
Yeah.
Mm. Ducks are nasty. They are. And we actually cooked one for Christmas, and I didn't care for it. You know, I hadn't had one since I was probably 16 years old. Um, I didn't. Oh well, it's duck. Thank you, thank you. Okay.
Poop everywhere.
They do. They poop,
Hmm.
and for some reason they have to have dirt to drink. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and just sign off a little bit early just to be a respecter of everyone's time. Give you time to go over to, like I said, go please if you don't follow that Freedom Homestead. I don't think that, are they even that Freedom Homestead or just Freedom Homestead? Anyway, Tangi, you guys probably all know her. Phenomenal live shows. Sweetest people, sweetest family. So go check out them. What are they doing on there? I'm assuming that they're live tonight. They're live every Monday, so I don't know why they wouldn't
Yeah.
be.
But are they at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. But we'll get so stay tuned. We're going to get our first video up as soon as we get off of here. So whenever you get the chance, go check that out. And then hopefully tomorrow or the next day, we'll get our next one published. Am I doing that again? Because I'm
No.
leaning? Okay.
We're just looking.
Okay. They have to wash out their beaks. Yeah, I know. It was so much fun, you guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye, guys.
Yes,
Okay.
bye. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you guys soon. I don't know how to end it, so he's got to do it.
Got you.
Okay.